The 7th of July, 2024, Palm Bay, Florida, 12:33 a.m. in the morning. A 16-year-old girl is standing in her driveway, crying, shaking, telling officers that a man broke into her home. She says she grabbed her dogs and hid in her bedroom. She says she waited there for hours, too terrified to move, too terrified to call for help.
Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. What is going on? Why is that door slamming?
So unsafe.
Officers find 2 people dead inside. Her mother, 38-year-old Kelly McCollum, Kelly's boyfriend, 22-year-old Matthew Sainrock, both shot. Matthew stabbed repeatedly.
Is there anyone else at home with you?
Not anymore.
Oh man, I know this is really scary. Your mom and her boyfriend should be on their way home?
No,
Okay. Take a deep breath. We'll get in touch with your parents just as soon as officers get there, okay?
Not anymore. In 2 words, she had already told the dispatcher everything, but nobody caught it yet. Because for the next 12 hours, Julia Egler was going to tell a story. A story about an intruder. A story about hiding in her bedroom with her dogs. A story about hearing gunshots from down the hall. And for about 7 minutes, it almost worked. Before we talk about what happened in that house, you need to know who Kelly McCollum was, because this story belongs to her first. Kelly McCollum was 38 years old, a single mother raising her teenager in a modest home on Venture Road in Palm Bay, Florida. By every visible account, she was doing the best she could. If you scroll through Kelly's social media, going all the way back to 2015, what you find is a mother who was present, engaged, proud, post after post after post of her child, always affectionate, always supportive. A video from February 2020, Kelly captioned it, "My Julia," her daughter speaking directly to camera, proud, happy, full of life. This matters, because later when Julia sat across from detectives in that interrogation room, she would describe her mother very differently. She would describe a woman who mocked her identity, who dismissed her, who made her feel like an outsider in her own home. But Kelly's own words, her own posts told a different story entirely. Then there was Matthew Sainrock, 22 years old, just 6 years older than Julia herself, Kelly's boyfriend, a young man who had become a regular presence in the house on Venture Road. And that right there is where the tension started to build. From the outside, this looked like a normal family working through the kind of friction that exists in thousands of homes across the country. A teenager pushing back, a mother trying to hold things together, a new relationship creating friction. But inside those walls, something had already passed the point of no return. The months before that July night, something happened between Matthew and Kelly that should have been a warning sign for everyone involved. And the system let it walk right back through the front door. By the summer of 2024, 16-year-old Julia Egler had reached what she would later call a tipping point. The arguments with her mother had become a cycle. The same fights, the same words. Kelly and Julia clashing over Julia's gender identity, Julia transitioning, going by Jasper, using he, him pronouns.
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like,
Okay.
"You're not a real boy," and blah blah blah, and all, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
Julia also made no secret of how she felt about Matthew living in the house.
I don't really support their relationship as the thing, so I think that's the only kind of like tension that there was between us, because it would always be kind of awkward when it was just me and him in the house, because we wouldn't say to each other.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I don't really want you here, and it was kind of obvious because I didn't support the relationship at all.
She described the atmosphere whenever it was just the 2 of them in the house as unbearable. 2 people in the same space, neither speaking. The hostility hanging in the air like smoke. And it was building. But at some point, investigators believe this happened well before July 6th. Julia stopped being angry, and she started making a plan. She knew her mother kept a .38 caliber revolver in her bedroom. She had known about it for some time. On the evening of July 6th, 2024, while Kelly and Matthew were out, while the house was empty and quiet, Julia walked into her mother's bedroom. She opened the drawer. She took the gun. Then she went to the kitchen and pulled a chef's knife from the counter. She put the knife in her pocket. She held the gun in her hand. And she waited. She didn't pace. She didn't panic. She just waited. Patient. still, because she already knew exactly what she was going to do the moment that front door opened. Before we get into what happened next, subscribe to Crime Mind and drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from. Because what happens when that front door opens is something that even seasoned investigators struggled to process. Now, back to Palm Bay, Florida. 10:34 p.m. Surveillance cameras outside the home captured Kelly McCollum and Matthew Shanerock arriving back at the house, groceries in hand, completely unaware of what was waiting for them on the other side of that door. They walked in, and Julia was standing there, gun in hand, knife in pocket. And according to the arrest affidavit, according to what Julia herself would later admit to investigators, the first thing she said to them was this: "Welcome home." She shot her mother first, multiple times. Kelly McCollum fell where she stood. Then she turned the gun on Matthew. He was screaming, begging her to stop, pleading with her over and over to stop. She didn't stop. Matthew tried to run. He made it to the bathroom and retreated inside, but Julia followed him. She kept firing until the gun clicked empty. And then, with Matthew still alive, still suffering, still conscious, she reached into her pocket and pulled out the chef's knife. What happened next in that bathroom was something that even seasoned investigators struggled to process when they arrived on scene. Julia stabbed Matthew repeatedly. And at some point during that, Matthew did something that no one who hears this story ever forgets. He asked her to end it. He was in so much pain, so much agony, that he essentially begged Julia to finish what she had started. So she walked back to her mother's bedroom. She found one final round of ammunition. She loaded it into the revolver. She walked back to the bathroom, and she shot Matthew Shanerock in the head. Matthew was 22 years old. For the next hour and a half, Julia Egler did not call for help. She did not panic. She did not run. She got to work. She smashed the back sliding glass door to make it look like someone had broken in from outside. She used a hammer from the backyard. She hid the .38 revolver outside just underneath her bedroom window. She removed her shoes, the same shoes that had left bloody footprints across the dining room, the hallway, and the bathroom. At 12:06 a.m., 90 minutes after the shooting, Julia Egler finally picked up the phone and called 911.
He broke into the house and I didn't have time to grab the phone, so I...
Do you know who the man is?
I'm like, no, I don't know who it was.
Is he still in there?
I don't think so. I hid in my room for like a really long time. I don't even know how long it's been.
Okay, you've asked for how long it's been?
I'm not sure.
What did he look like?
It's hard to remember, but I think he had, like, I don't know, like, he was normal height, I guess. If I had to guess, maybe like 5'8", I don't know. And
Is he black, white, Hispanic?
I'm not sure. I think I didn't really look that good. I only got like...
What did he do once he got into your house?
Well, there was... I don't think the door was locked, but I don't think he knew that there was a hammer by the back. And,
Was it your hammer, or did they bring it with them?
it was just the house hammer. It was just by the back. Never know. It was just by the back. And they grabbed... I think they thought the sound. They grabbed it and broke in the window.
They broke the window with a hammer that you already had in your yard?
Yeah, with the glass.
Okay, take a deep breath. You haven't heard them in a while, right?
Oh,
Was there only one person that you saw?
that I saw, yeah, there was one person.
Okay, and where are you in the house right now?
I'm just in the living room.
Okay, we already have help on the way, so just take a deep breath, okay?
My mom, I think I heard.
We have officers coming. Hey, take a deep breath. The people that you're hearing, we have 2 officers there, okay? They'll usually check outside first, so you might see flashlights. They'll probably come to the door and knock here in a little bit. It's okay. You still have your dogs with you?
They're just still in my room. I didn't let them out because I didn't want them getting blood all over their paws.
Right. Well, did you say blood all over their paws?
Yeah, 'cause
Is there blood inside your house?
yes.
Whose blood is it? Is it your blood or is it the person who broke in blood? Are you injured?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're fine?
No,
So
I'm fine.
it's the person who broke in. It's their blood? Where is it at?
No, I don't know if it's their blood or not, but I don't think it's theirs. It's my mom. From what I heard when I was hiding in my room, I could have warned her. It's all my fault. If I had been able to grab the phone, then...
No, nothing is your fault. If someone broke into your house, nothing is your fault.
In 9 words without thinking, Julia had just told the 911 dispatcher that she already knew there was blood inside the house. Before officers had arrived, before anyone had told her anything. She knew, but that single slip on the 911 call was just the beginning. Because when officers arrived at that house, when they started walking through that crime scene, they found something Julia had not accounted for. Something that proved her entire staged break-in had been put together in the wrong order. Subscribe if you haven't already and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Now back to Palm Bay. When Palm Bay Police Department arrived at the Bencher Road address, Julia was standing in the driveway, crying, shaking, telling the officers about an intruder she had never seen clearly.
What are you doing?
We're 10-12.
What's going on? Okay. Why is there blood on the floor?
Because they're...
Huh? What? You okay? Are you okay? Are you bleeding?
No.
Who's bleeding?
I'm on
Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. What is going on? Why is that door smashed?
Someone came.
252, can we have medical respond? We have blood on the floor.
Who's bleeding? Where's your mom? Stay here. Stay here. Hey. Back up. It was 10:33. Somebody stay out here with her.
Can we do that?
Just have a seat right here. Ready?
Yep.
Please help me. If I had just grabbed the phone.
Huh?
It just grabbed the phone.
If you just grab the phone in time? The dogs locked up?
They're in my room. No, they're just in my room.
Is the door to your room open?
No, they're closed.
Okay. Are you hurt anyway?
No.
Did you put on there?
No.
start a crime scene on.
I wish Jacob was here.
We have 43. Hey, what's your name?
Julia.
Huh?
Julia Egler.
Julia Eckler?
Egler.
Eggler? Okay, who do you live here with, hon? Your mom, are you okay? Are you injured at all?
Physically, no.
No? Okay. Who else lives here? Just your mom?
Her boyfriend was around a lot.
Her boyfriend? What's his name?
Matthew.
Matthew? Was there any arguments or anything tonight?
Between who?
Page 7 to 52.
Me and my mom used to argue a lot.
You have a
I
crime scene
told
on.
her I loved her.
Go and get it started.
I should have told her I loved
That will
her.
help you.
She said this knowing exactly what she had done. Police had to thoroughly check inside the house, while Julia was brought out for some questioning.
You live here?
Yeah.
Who lives here with you? Your mom? Yeah.
Her boyfriend hanged out around here a lot.
Who's your boyfriend? Who? Matthew? How long have they been together?
About a year now.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you a couple basic questions so you can get an understanding here, and I'll give you a couple minutes to, collect yourself and process. Were you asleep? No? Okay. At the time of what?
When it started,
What started?
when he came up to the window.
Matthew came up to the window?
No, I don't know who it was.
You don't know who it was? Okay. This front window right here?
No, it was in glass sliding doors or back the door. It was. You can go up to that.
Where was your mom at?
Her and her boyfriend were out. They were buying. I have food trays. I heard that.
And so they were out when you heard this person come up to the window? Okay. What time was this at?
I don't know. I didn't look. I just saw this guy eating my dogs and running to my room.
Was this like a couple minutes ago?
No, it was like hours ago.
A couple hours ago? Okay. So you're in your room. Do you hear this person moving around in the house?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's gross. Yeah, I think I could. I think they broke. I think they broke something. 'Cause I heard like loud banging.
Okay. When did the banging stop?
I'm not entirely sure. It was just.
Why do you think you felt that way?
In my house or what they were doing or.
But your mom was not home when this happened? Okay. Did you hear her arrive home?
I was in my room and
You think what?
I was in my room and it was so loud. It was so loud.
So how long ago did you hear these gunshots?
Like hour-ish, maybe more. I couldn't tell how much time passed. It just felt like so long. The silence was so loud. I couldn't take it anymore when I came out. I'm sorry. sorry.
You're okay. It's completely understandable. It's a very traumatic and shocking event. What did you see when you came out?
Something now. Just a bloody mess.
Okay. Did you see anything other than blood?
Well, there's those two words in there.
Two people?
Yeah, my mom and her boyfriend. Painful. Killed him.
Who killed them?
I don't know. I don't know who he was.
Officers started noticing her story doesn't add up.
Shell casing in there, and also there, outside the back door. There's an axe with a sledgehammer. That's the door. There's shells, not spent, but there's shell rounds outside the back door, which look like the same ones that are in the bathroom. There's like 3 or 4 shell casings in there.
We're getting here to the house.
And then these emails.
Yeah, we cleared. Yeah, we cleared everything.
Somebody on the third side.
Me and 87 cleared it. Yeah, they cleared it. So female is in the kitchen on the floor. Male is in this room over here.
In the bathroom.
Shell casings are by him. Looks like murder suicide. You can see where he busted into the screen door in the back.
Yeah, some axe back there on the floor.
Does this juvenile live here? Yeah, she's the daughter of the female, not the male.
The back sliding glass door had been smashed from the inside. But the broken glass, instead of being scattered inward the way it would be if someone had broken in from outside, was sitting on top of the bloody footprints on the floor. On top of them, which meant the glass had been broken after someone had already walked through that area in blood-soaked shoes. Julia had staged the break-in after the murders, and she'd done it in the wrong order.
Hey Julia, did anyone check you? I just want to double check you and make sure there's nothing on you, no weapons or anything like that, just for everyone's safety, okay? Do you mind standing up for me, hon? Alright, and if you just turn around, put your hands right here on that thing right there, okay? Right here. Yep. You're not in trouble or anything, but this is just for everybody. Nothing on you that's going to poke, stick, or stab me, hon? Yeah.
How old are you? 16. Do you go to Heritage? This is Heritage's area, right?
Yeah, she's homeschooled.
Homeschool?
Are these your AirPods? You use those a lot?
I'm like, go walking for like Christmas or something.
Oh, okay. Do you use them to go to sleep or anything like that? Yeah. And music calms me down a lot. I used to do that a lot, listen to music before I went to bed. Fall asleep with my headphones in my ears. Are you wearing a bra or anything like that? Yeah. Okay. Does it have underwire in it?
No, I don't think it has wires in it, no.
You probably told the detective and I probably missed it. Did you just come back?
They checked the surveillance footage. Kelly and Matthew arriving at 10:34 p.m. The timestamp confirmed it. No motion detected at the back of the property before or after their arrival until officers showed up at 12 a.m. No intruder had come over that fence. Nobody had slipped through the back door. And Kelly's truck was still warm to the touch. The couple had arrived home maybe 90 minutes earlier at most. They hadn't been out for hours the way Julia had described.
Yeah. Do we know what
Probably.
Did the truck come back to her? This is mom's truck.
That's mom's
That's
truck.
Mom's.
Yeah.
And it's her mom. Yeah. And it's warm. Yep.
Yeah, and
The
it's still
engine's
warm to the touch. I mean, it's not hot, but it's warm.
Were they cold to touch here?
Didn't check.
We haven't checked them. They are.
I do not.
Do not.
Not on me.
Brooke, you got gloves?
I got extra large.
We cleared it.
213.
Yeah.
I have a.
Extra large.
I'll send out with staff on this one. Monitor, I was trying to monitor northwest.
You didn't see a 0 in there, right?
I did not. Like I said, there's a knife on the counter, but I didn't see a handgun or a rifle.
Riz, can I borrow your flashlight? I need this flashlight.
You can hit the little paddle thing and it'll dim it.
No, I got to,
Hit the paddle.
no, this, I like it.
Oh, okay.
I gotta figure out what kind it is so I can buy a new one. Is this you guys, do you think?
No, that was not us because we did not step in any blood. We were very careful.
Does he have shoes on?
Yeah, he's wearing sneakers.
His look like,
It's like
these look like Converse.
yeah.
Those look like Converse.
Is she wearing shoes? The daughter came out this way too, so she's daughter's not?
No, mom is not.
Oh, mom's not? Okay.
No, mom's got flip-flops.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, 0. I don't see, there's a bunch of empty shells in there, but I don't see a 0.
Probably under him, we'll just leave it.
Yeah. There's the keys to the truck are right there next to him. Spent shell casings. Knife.
Yeah, there's a big butcher knife in there.
Yeah.
Right outside the door, there's an axe where he broke the glass.
I take it we opened the garage door?
Yes. Yeah, when we cleared it, it was closed when we got here.
Yeah, she's still pulling. This is...
Yeah, it's kind of,
Yeah, those are, I think, daughters.
is daughter wearing shoes?
I believe so. I believe she's wearing Converse.
Yeah.
Would fit that.
Yeah, that's exactly what those are. I'm trying to check it out.
Her one is right there. Right here.
So she
He
literally
was waiting on her. And you went
a corner. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's sobbing. I should have said I love you more. She knows her mom's dead already.
Nicole,
She said that they got into a fight tonight.
Nicole's talking to her, so I'll just calm her down a bit.
Let's hope.
You want me to contact Lucia for daughter since there's no one next to him?
Well, she has
Yeah, they're out of
her
state.
20-something-year-old son. So her brother is in Louisiana, and her dad was in Texas. So
No other.
she said she has another family in her area next. So I can start reaching out to.
The thing is, there's like 4 empty shells in casings.
That gun's probably underneath him.
Pardon?
He's gonna have like shot more than once. I mean, there's a lot of shell casings.
Yeah.
I honestly, you would have thought she heard
Gunshots.
a lot.
Yeah, it should have been like a lot of gunshots.
I haven't even received any other argue on the phone. People might not have thought anything about it though. And it's fireworks. With dogs. People have been shooting off fireworks.
Yeah, maybe that's the case too. People just thought it was fireworks.
The dogs aren't in her bedroom.
The dogs are in her bedroom.
So whose bedroom is this? The purple one. That's your bed. I've never been here. Yeah, but I've never been inside.
It's probably mom's. There's not another bedroom on the other side of the house. Did we go in this room with the closed door?
No, the dogs are in there.
Yeah, we went in there and cleared it. The dogs are in there.
Okay.
We locked them back in there.
So the dogs were out when we were here.
The dogs were.
When we came in, that door was closed and the dogs were in there. This door was open, bathroom door was open, that door was closed.
It's been kicked in. So I wonder if this is a daughter's bedroom? Something in this room.
Yeah, I'll just stand by.
This is mom's room.
This one is the purple one. That's probably the daughter's. That's probably the daughter's room with the dogs in it. Should be 2 dogs in there.
I may be a sergeant, but dang. But thank you.
Do you want me to grab tape and tape any of this off?
I mean, it's pretty much contained for now. We got cars blocking off.
That sucks.
That's crazy, but she's right. We didn't have any because of all the fireworks stuff, but nothing came out in this area.
A few hours later, detectives brought Julia to the Palm Bay Police Department for a formal, recorded interview. And for more than an hour, she held to her story. The unknown intruder, the blind spot in the cameras, the hammer from the backyard. She had an answer for everything. But detectives had been doing this for decades, and they had something Julia hadn't counted on. The evidence.
I was informed that you like to go by Jasper. Is that accurate? Because I don't want to, Yeah. And what are your pronouns, if you don't mind me asking?
I usually go by he.
He? Okay. So obviously it's been a couple of hours, and you've been with us, so I gotta read you this thing. Your rights first, and then we can go through everything with you and figure out what's going on.
Hey Julie, Jasper, is that you want to go by? I'm Detective Cedric. I work with Detective Brown. You're in high school. What's the highest grade level you in?
I'm in 9th right now.
I'm sorry?
I'm in 9th right now.
Okay, so you know how to read and write?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how old are you?
16.
16? Okay. All right. Doing good in school? Yeah. Okay. Well, we talked to you on scene, so what we want to do is just go over some more things. At first, what we do is go and look at the crime scene, and then we come back and ask you questions that make sense, that helps make sense to us, okay? Because we wasn't there, okay? I never met you before. I don't think Detective Brown never met you before. Which is a good thing that we don't know you, you know? So, she's gonna read you your rights. It's called Miranda warnings, and then from there, we're gonna go ahead and talk. You can ask us questions too if you want to also, okay? All right.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask any questions and have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer any questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time until you speak with a lawyer. You may choose not to answer any particular questions. Do you understand each of these that I read to you? Now, we're reading you this based off, procedure. You're not under arrest, you're not in trouble, but just because of the amount of time that you've been here, it's just standard procedure.
I just want to be fair to you, that's it.
Right.
You know, so.
Okay. Do you understand those?
So Jasper, I've been doing this job about 28 years now. I've been doing it for a while. And one thing I learned is that everybody that comes in this police department, a lot of them are good people that just make bad mistakes. Okay. Now, Detective Brown briefed me on what you told her out there on the scene. Okay. We looked over the crime scene and some things are not adding up. Okay. And like I said, I never met you before. And I don't know what's going on in your house. I don't know what you're going through. But I do have a feeling that you have not told us exactly what happened there tonight. All right? right? And it doesn't make you a bad person because it probably scares you. Okay? This was a tragic event. All right? Okay? When people do things, usually there's a reason why they do it. Okay? One of the things I look for when I talk to people that's in here, one, I try to get the truth. Because good things come out of telling the truth. Because when you lie, and we can show that you're lying, it looks like that you have no remorse or you're hiding something. Okay? But everybody lies at first. They do. It's normal. Okay? But one thing I always try to find out is not just what happened, it's why it happened. Because that's just as important. Because there could be a good reason why this happened. Okay? But when you lie, it sounds like you're hiding something. So I want to start over with tonight. Can we do that? Okay?
That night, she didn't say anything, so the interview ended. The next day, she began.
Well, me and her would have a lot of arguments about things, especially over like me being trans. So she'd be like,
Okay.
"You're not a real boy," and blah blah blah, and all, you know, the whole spiel of transphobic stuff.
Okay.
But
She doesn't approve of your lifestyle, she doesn't approve of that.
Would you
I
say
mean,
that's
she was like trying to kind of meet me in the middle, but it wasn't really working all that well all the time. She would try to call me child instead of, because it's more like gender neutral rather than kind of meeting in the middle, I guess.
okay? So, I could tell obviously this frustrated you. Is this a root of a lot of the arguments, or does it maybe not the root, or ends up being brought up in these arguments?
It's a thing that was brought up a lot in arguments.
Is she misgendering you?
Yeah.
So when you guys are arguing, is she intentionally, calling you she, or not using the appropriate pronouns, or
Yeah.
not referring to you as Jasper and referring to you as Julia? How do you feel about that?
No, I didn't like it. I mean, I don't really support their relationships, the thing, so I think that's the only kind of like tension that there was between us, because it would always be kind of awkward when it was just me and him in the house, because we wouldn't say to each other.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, I don't really want you here, and it was kind of obvious because I didn't support the relationship at all.
Would you vocalize that to him, or at least around him?
Well, he knew. I mean,
Based on conversation with mom or you?
I mean, I would just say it. Like, I wouldn't really care. Like, I wasn't afraid to say it, and I think I made it pretty obvious that I didn't want him around.
Now, so I think this is tough for you. Okay? To be quite honest with you, we don't believe that this is how this happened. Okay? All right. We've looked over this crime scene, and there's things in this crime scene that's not adding up with what you're saying. Now listen, if you did something in there tonight, and if there was a reason why you did it, okay, if there was a reason why you did it, we would like to know that. Okay? Because I don't believe the story about someone coming into the house. Okay? There's evidence that shows that. We looked at your surveillance camera. Okay? We don't see nobody coming through that back door. Okay? We looked at your surveillance camera. We see your parents coming home through the front door. Okay? We see bloody footprints inside the dining room area in front of the rear sliding glass door underneath the glass. That blood should be on top of the glass. Okay? So, like I told you, I don't live at your house. I don't know what's going on in that house. But if you had to do something today that you thought you needed to do, we give you a chance to tell us that. Like I told you before, everybody that comes in this room, the first thing they do is lie, and that's normal. Because they're scared. They don't know what's going to happen. I'm fair, she's fair. We want to know what happened, not just what happened, why it happened. You know? Tell us what happened. I'm gonna ask you straight up, okay? Are you the reason why? Did you hurt your parents today, your mom and Matthew? And if you did, was there a reason why you had to do it? Because we want to know what happened. We want to know if you did this, we want to know what caused you to do this. There got to be a good reason.
You expressed to us, you know, your frustrations with them misgendering you, them not accepting you, understanding you, and those are all valid and human nature. You know, I would be upset if someone was, you know, calling me something that I'm not, or calling me a name that I'm not, or calling me a boy and I very clearly identify as a girl. You know, that would offend me. As it would offend him. If someone called him a girl, I'm sure that would make him feel some type of way too. And it's perfectly valid for you to feel that way. But at the end of the day, you know, we are here. This is reality. He just laid out to you the things aren't adding up. And if there's something that took place between you guys and some sort of argument and they came at you or whatever the case may be, that's your story and that's your side to tell. But
and whatever you tell us, we're going to try to confirm that, you know. So, like I said, we want you to tell us what happened. Because we may have to go back out to the crime scene and look at it a different way. All right? Okay, Julia? Okay.
After hours of questioning, after detectives laid out the surveillance footage, the blood evidence, the glass, the footprints, the missing gun, Julia Egner stopped fighting.
So Joshua, we're going to be honest with you. It's not really theoretical at this point. Everything he just stated to you is telling us that something happened that you're not telling us, right?
So you're basically saying that I'm the culprit.
We're not saying that at all. But evidence shows us on surveillance cameras, it shows them walking into the house. It shows nobody in the backyard. It shows nobody breaking into the house.
The way the camera is angled.
100%. But someone would be seen either hopping the fence, coming around the fence, whatever, and you know that. You know that the camera is angled a certain way. You know that you can walk out that sliding glass door and go undetected.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you just made. So this is why we know especially we've seen a lot of crime scenes.
I'm saying there's a blind spot between the two cameras, and the way that they're angled makes it obvious.
Yeah, but
someone would have to know that. Someone would have to know that there's a blind spot there. Someone that's not random, that's not randomly coming to your back door and breaking the back door, unbeknownst.
They're not going to know any of that.
This person would have had to have known the way the camera's set up only by viewing it from an app, right? You can't really tell.
You see it from the outside of the house.
Sure, but you can't see the exact scope. There's wide lenses. You don't know exactly what it's viewing, but guess who does? And guess who just pointed that out? You do. So the only thing that makes sense in this instance here is that if this random person that you're saying came up to the back sliding glass door would have had to known that there was something to break the door, they would have had to come into the house and known that there was firearms inside the house, ammunition inside the house to use to then kill your mom and Matthew. For what reason? And then not only that,
at no point do they ever go to your door. And if you think he's worried about some dogs and he has a gun, he ain't worried about no dogs. Okay? So that didn't make sense right there. All right? Now, you was just about to say, what if it was you that did this?
I'm saying theoretically.
Okay.
Theoretically what?
What?
You said that get it off your chest and whatever, but it's like, that's not how that works. It's...
Of course, it's not going to go away that quick. It's not. But you gives us a reason, because other people are going to look at this interview, and they're going to want to know: is this a monster over here, or is this somebody who made a terrible mistake? And we're giving you a chance. Everybody that comes in here, we give them a chance to tell us what really happened. Okay? It shows remorse, and it also shows that this is something that they probably ain't gonna never do again. All right? So, it's the ball, I mean, you're there. Tell us what happened. Did either Matthew or your mom, did any one of them try to do anything to you when they came home? Huh?
No.
Okay. So what happened? And why?
Where are you at in the house when they get home? Because we know you were not in your bedroom.
I don't understand how you can say that, how you know I'm not in my bedroom. How would you know that?
So your bedroom door was closed, correct? At the time that this incident took place. The way that the blood spatter is projecting suggests that maybe that wasn't the exact case. It could have been closed, but maybe not all the way. Like you're saying, it was locked.
Well, I mean, I couldn't lock it. The lock is reversed on the door handle.
Okay. So where were you at when they arrived home? We are giving you this opportunity to express to us what happened, why it happened, what emotions you were feeling at the time that led you to this, right? We're all human. I've been explaining that this whole time. As a human to another human, or outsiders looking in, can know that, yeah, that triggered me too. Or if it was self-defense, yeah, of course, I would defend myself too. Anybody's gonna look at it that way. But when we don't hear from you what took place, we have to go off what the evidence is showing us. And we have to paint the picture and tell the story for you. That's why we want you, and are giving you the opportunity to tell us the story yourself. You made a comment earlier about silence being really loud. It's happening right now. And even though you're not saying it with your mouth, your silence is saying it is loud. Does that make sense?
Did you shoot your parents? Your mom and Matthew? Julia.
I apologize.
Jasper, right. Did you shoot your mom and Matthew today?
Well, you're basically saying that I did, so do you even need my answer?
Well, we want you, like I said, we want you to tell us what happened. And tell us what, we're giving you this opportunity to tell us what went on, what was going on to make you do this.
According to the arrest affidavit, Julia eventually admitted the full truth. She had taken the gun from her mother's bedroom while the couple were out. She had gone to the kitchen and picked up the chef's knife. She had stood there, gun in one hand, knife in her pocket, and waited for them to come home. When they walked through the door, she said, "Welcome home." And then she started shooting. Julia Egler was placed under arrest that morning for the murders of Kelly McCollum and Matthew Shanerock. She was 16 years old.
Just stand right here in front of us. Just relax this hand. I gotta just save the photo that's on there right now. So if you want to just. Is that Spencer? Yeah, the name in the DR. And then just save, because I'm sure they're gonna want that photo. Kind of at an angle. What color are the gloves you're wearing?
Which one are you preferring?
Huh?
Which one are you preferring?
A. Has he been arrested before? Because if not, he's going to need to be fingerprinted too, so you might as well just hang tight a second.
Is it fingerprint? Okay.
He has been?
Yeah. Do you want me to know?
Nope.
Let's put in,
B.
B.
Thank you. Left hand straight down. Lift. And then kind of make like a karate chop. Same thing here. Karate chop. Alright, we'll go over here.
Oh, yeah.
Other than the were those earbuds or what were the AirPods? AirPods. Okay. So other than those and the earrings, did you have any other property?
Earrings.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, nothing.
Are you able to take those out?
These?
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Yeah. It's got to go on your property. I'll have you sign it for them. Alright. Did you want to provide a consensual swab of DNA? Oh, you did it? Okay. Alright. I wasn't sure. It's just part of our processing here. Okay. Alright.
On August 7, 2024, 1 month after the murders, a Brevard County grand jury indicted Julia on 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. The state attorney's office announced she would be tried as an adult. Under Florida statute and United States Supreme Court precedent, Julia is not eligible for the death penalty. She was under 18 at the time of the crime. But if convicted on both counts, she faces life in prison. As of March 2026, Julia Egler, now 17 years old, remains in custody at Brevard County Jail awaiting trial. No trial date has been set. Kelly McCollum was 38 years old, a mother. a woman who by every account was trying. Whatever the arguments, whatever the tension, whatever the truth of what happened inside that house in the years leading up to July 6th, she did not deserve to die. Matthew Sagenrock was 22 years old, barely an adult, a young man whose life ended on a bathroom floor begging for it to stop. He did not deserve to die either. Two people walked through a front door on a summer night and never walked back out. And the person waiting for them, the person who said welcome home and meant something else entirely, is the only one who truly knows why. Thank you for watching this all the way through. If this case meant something to you, subscribe to Crime Mind, hit the bell, and drop a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from and what you think about this case. We'll see you in the next one.